What a game of football we have just witnessed. Liverpool win the Carabao Cup final in the 117th minute from their captain, the best centre-back of his generation, has stepped up and delivered. What a game. It had absolutely everything. VAR decisions, yellow cards, tackles, offside goals. Both teams hit the woodwork. It had absolutely everything. And we are going to digest it all right now. If you're new to the channel, please go down and smash that like button. And if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button. We are dropping videos as often as I can, speaking on all footballing subjects. And now we need to talk about the cup final. And do you know what? We brought out a video a couple of days ago speaking about Jurgen Klopp. Is he going to cement his legacy and go down as one of the all-time Premier League greats? And he's just beaten a Liverpool team. Now listen to this. With no Salah, no Jota, no Nunes, no Trent, no Allison, no Curtis Jones. And they brought through not one, not two, not three, 4 teenagers played in that game. And they had a 16-year-old on their bench. A Liverpool team that was, let's be honest, far from its best, has still managed to win silverware. A bench that had the likes of Bobby Clark, James McConnell, Jayden Dangs, Adrian, not even their second choice goalkeeper, Trey Nioni, 16 years of age. And then they had 2 first-team defenders in Tsimikas and Joe Gomez. A Chelsea team that was stacked of quality. They had practically their best possible team. And listen, this game did not disappoint. Both teams throwing the dice, hammer and tong, end to end. It was like a ping pong match at times. How that game went all the way to the 118th minute and did not have a goal in it before. Van Dijk had a goal ruled out. Palmer had a couple of good shots at goal. Conor Gallagher hits the post. Cody Gakpo hits the post. It was a fantastic advert for English football, and it really delivered. But we need to talk, before we get to how bad Chelsea were, Jurgen Klopp, do you know what? As a Tottenham fan, sometimes you just have to take your hat off. He delivered today. And he was literally, his squad is being stretched to the absolute limit. With his big guns not there today. But the players that did play stepped up. Harvey Elliott was very good today. He played 120-odd minutes. Luis Diaz played 120-odd minutes. Virgil van Dijk played 120 minutes. Endo, most Liverpool fans didn't even want this guy back in the summer. What a signing he's been as well. He played 120 minutes. But Chelsea with Palmer, Gallagher, Sterling, Jackson, Mudryk, Madueke, and Nkunku. They thought, a £1 billion squad could not beat Liverpool without all their big guns. And Liverpool keep the dream of potentially being the only team in English football to do a quadruple. Right? Think about that for a second. And Liverpool have just won the first trophy of the season. In Jurgen Klopp's last season as Liverpool manager, it's like a fairy tale. And right now, I don't know whether it's magnificent management from Jurgen Klopp or toothless, spineless bottle job, £1 billion squad Chelsea, because how they didn't win that game, they had some very, very good chances in that game. When you look at the stats, Chelsea had 19 shots, Liverpool had 24. Very even sort of game. You didn't know who was going to win it. Towards the latter stages of the second half, you thought Chelsea may nick it, but Liverpool dug in, grounded out a result. And when you've got a player like Virgil van Dijk in your team, lifts his first trophy as Liverpool captain. He's now won 2 League Cups, a Premier League, a Champions League, an FA Cup, a Super Cup, a Club World Cup. They are the favourites to win the Europa League. They're top of the table in the Premier League, and they're still in the FA Cup. What a captain. But how Chelsea didn't win this game, the first half was an absolute, boxing match. You had everything. In my opinion, Casado is so fortunate not to get booked for that challenge. He takes Gravenberch out. Whether it is accidental or not, he slips, treads down on his ankle, and Gravenberch goes off. And, that was around, the 30th minute. Very, very unfortunate for Liverpool. They finally get a goal in the back of the net in the second half, and it's that man again, Virgil van Dijk. How that's ruled out is beyond me, because that sort of thing happens in a corner in practically every single match in women's, kids, men's football. That happens every single week. Players are being blocked, but it gets ruled out whether you like it or not. I don't agree with it personally, and I've got no bias in this game because I'm a Spurs fan, so I'm looking at this as a neutral for once. But that goal shouldn't have been disallowed. I was about to say disallowed. And then, do you know what? Liverpool made a few changes. They brought on Simicast for Robertson. They brought on James McConnell for McAllister. They brought on Jaden Danes for Cody Gakpo. They brought on 3 kids. And those kids delivered. They showed the energy, the passion, the fight, the desire. They wanted to win this trophy. Liverpool should be looking to their senior players to, help them. But the kids come on and delivered. They showed absolutely everything of what it means to play from an academy prospect all the way into the first team, playing a cup final. Bradley was very, very good today. Liverpool's fullback. He ended up playing right wing half the game. And yeah, I thought Liverpool were brilliant. Chelsea, however, listen, if you can't beat a Liverpool team with all those big boys not playing, and I didn't agree with Pochettino's management in the second half of extra time. Extra time is a shambles for Chelsea anyway. They should have gone for the jugular. They should have gone for the win, and they didn't. And whether it's a little bit of naive football from Poch, whether it's lack of confidence in a lot of the players, I don't know. But what I will say is he got it wrong in extra time. They were knocking on the door in the second half, and you thought out of both teams, Chelsea were looking more likely to score, and they didn't. And they didn't really have many chances in extra time, to be honest. And out of the 2 teams, Liverpool come away with the win. Virgil van Dijk scores. And he does what a captain should do. He's saying how proud he is of the youngsters, of the academy players. But the fact that Chelsea couldn't break him down, at one point there, Joe Gomez basically playing like Harvey Elliott, playing like a right back, Joe Gomez inverting. Then at other times, Joe Gomez went back to right back, Harvey Elliott went back to right wing. They chop and change and chop and change and chop and change. But do you know what? Fair play to Liverpool. They got it done. But how Chelsea did not manage to break down that Liverpool side, I don't know. You are never going to get a better chance to beat Liverpool in a final like you did today. And out of the last 3 Caballero Cup finals, Liverpool have beaten Chelsea twice, and Chelsea have failed to score. It's a learning curve. They've got a very, very talented squad, Chelsea. Don't get me wrong. They've got a good manager in Pochettino. But the fact that you couldn't break down Liverpool, I don't know, man. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be absolutely seething. And all they've got to play for now is the FA Cup. When you look at where they are in the Premier League, if they win their game in hand, which is against my team, Tottenham, they will go up to, I think, 8th or 9th in the Premier League. They've got a tough game coming up against Wolves, who are absolutely flying. Not Wolves, sorry. They've got a tough game coming up against Leeds, who are absolutely flying in the Championship. Wolves won again today. It's not looking good if you're a Chelsea fan. I'm not going to lie. The fact that you couldn't break down a Liverpool team that had all these big guns missing and a lot of the academy players, Conor Gallagher had 4 or 5 chances on his own, which he should have scored. They should have capitalized on it, and they didn't. And that, for me, shows that they had the belief they could win, but they didn't have the character. That game needed someone for Chelsea's team to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and go and win and go and nick it, and they didn't. And that just kind of shows me where Chelsea are right now. Don't get me wrong, they're at the beginning of their process under a new owner. He's chopped and changed managers. He's finally got Pochettino, who thought he could roll the dice with and win. Pochettino's done well. He's got them to a cup final, maybe not so good in the league. You come up against a wounded animal in Liverpool. If that's a Liverpool fully strength team, they run away with that 3 or 4-0. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Chelsea lost 4-1 only a couple of weeks ago against Liverpool, where Liverpool just flexed their muscles. I think it was in January, and destroyed them. And that's what you would have got with a fully strength team. But you know what? Fair play. Chelsea, kept Liverpool out, but should have capitalised. And for a neutral fan, it was a fantastic game, but it ain't looking good if you're a Chelsea fan. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. I want to say a big up to everyone who's shown some support on the last few videos. And yeah, we are out of here. See you all soon.